You see, we have within us, as William Law said, when he pointed out we must alter our lives in order to alter our hearts, for it is impossible to live one way and pray another. It's impossible to live one way and pray another. There's a wonderful story, a Buddhist story, of a man who was trapped on a cliff. He was about to fall, and it was a great distance. He was grabbing at every root and leaf he could to try to keep himself from falling. And he looked down and realized there was a 500-foot drop below him. The fragile roots he was grabbing hold of were not holding him. He kept grabbing and grabbing, trying to save himself, and the roots began to give way. And all of a sudden he noticed a strawberry growing in the side of the cliff. It was growing out of one little vine that was there. And with one hand he reaches over and takes the strawberry, and he savors its sweetness. He savors its sweetness. You have to think about that story. If there's something ready for you to savor, no matter how far the cliff looks in front of you. The Buddhists are telling us that no matter what the circumstance is in your life, sweetness exists. No matter how much sorrow or grief, sweetness exists. Love exists. Opportunity exists. Power exists. It's looking out of your eyes. When I ask you a question, what sweetness is within you you're not letting come out? What love is in you that you're not letting the world see? Our challenge is to grasp the truth of ourselves and then give it to the world. Out of Islam, there's a wonderful story about Muhammad. Muhammad was daily going to his place of worship. And every day, day after day after day, this person who was on his path would step out of his window and throw garbage on him, would throw trash on him, would throw anything he could find that had anything to do with filth. He would throw it on Muhammad. And one day he was crossing the road to go to his place of worship, and nothing fell on him. And the next day, nothing fell on him. No trash, no garbage, no filth. The third day, he walked up and knocked on the door, and he said, "Is this man all right? I'm concerned about him. He didn't throw garbage on me today. He didn't throw garbage on me today." I want you to hear that story. I'd like you to heal. So I'd like all the world to heal. My friends, I have just given you the essence of Islam. It's not terrorism or flying planes. And it's the essence of Islam is love, just like it is in Christianity, just like it is in all the other true religions. Okay. To be concerned about the world around you, even if it's throwing garbage on you. Okay. I would like all of you maybe to look at something in your past that was less than happy and less than beautiful, coming from someplace else, and let your concern for the truth of yourself free yourself from any resentment, any doubt, any fear, so that you can move forward out of this service this morning celebrating yourself at the level you've never celebrated before. There's truth in all religions. There's truth in all great teaching. When we find the best of ourselves, we can honor it. And we don't have to give in to what the world thinks. There was a crowded line at an airport. There was a single agent there, and there was only, one person to take care of all these people. All of a sudden, this angry passenger came up to the counter, He slapped his ticket down and says, I have to be on this flight. It has to be first class. The woman behind the counter said, I'll be happy to help you, but you have to understand I have to take care of these people first. I'm sure we'll be able to work something out. The passenger was unimpressed with this. He got angry. And he asked very loudly so that everybody in line can hear him, do you have any idea who I am? Without hesitating, the agent smiled and she got on the microphone. She said, may I have your attention, please? We have a passenger here who doesn't know who he is. If anyone can help him find his identity, please come to the gate 14. I'm sorry, Jim. I told you I wouldn't tell him about that, but anyhow, the challenge we have is to ask the universe, do I understand who I am? And if you understand who you are and what you are in truth, can you say, I appreciate what I know I am? Because here's what you are. In truth, you are a mighty, moving power of God in this thing called life. There's never been anyone in this thing called life that has more power than you have. There's no one who's ever lived who has your talent, your abilities, your specialness in this thing called life. We find ourselves over and over again ready to move forward and honoring what Dr. Holmes says on page 159 of the Science of Mind textbook. Our mind must be steady in its conviction that our life is some part of God and that the Spirit in us is incarnated as us, always. In my book, The Power of Positive Purpose, on page 41, my chapter on faith, I say this: the law of reward does not exist in the universe. The reward concept was created by human thinking while conforming to the world. This kind of thinking causes most of the human feelings related to hopelessness. Some people frequently make statements such as, I am good all the time, but God does not reward. I am loving, honest, and kind, but I am not a success. I look at other people who are unloving and mean, and they are successful. I am good. Why does God reward them and punish me? The law of the universe is the law of cause, unfolding as effect. A definite event or result evolves from a definite action or choice that is believed in and acted upon. A person who commits himself to the positive and has faith in his or her success will prosper everywhere at once. Have faith in yourself, because the truth of yourself is unlimited possibility. And the interesting thing about it is this universal mind that made us out of itself knows what to do and how to do it. All we have to do is give it something wonderful to do and know the wonderful is good enough to be true. Everyone say, I am wonderful. I am wonderful. Full of wonder. Full of light. Full of love. I'm full of it. And that's the way it is. Namaste. Thank you for being here this morning.